Huey, that this sort of week, what do you get out of it, having no game?
It's just a real chance for us to get ourselves right, get everyone's bodies right again. There might be a few niggles that have been carried into the break, so yeah, just rest up. A few boys might get away, but yeah, we usually use it as a bit of a time to reset and then launch into the back half of the year.
Is it a good time to reset, especially after the last game?
Yeah, I think so. We've made a habit of losing the week before the bye, and while it's not ideal, it gives us a couple of weeks to dissect what happens. And yeah, we've shown that after the bye, the last few years, we've been able to come out and change things around. So hopefully we can do that again.
The natural thing is that at the bye, everyone assesses the season. How have you assessed the season so far?
Yeah, it's been up and down. We didn't start how we wanted to. We were 1-3. And then we changed a few things up then and went on a really, really good run. I think we've started playing some really good football probably up until the second half of the Melbourne game. We've dropped away a little bit, but yeah, everything we base ourselves on has been really solid over the past 7 or 8 weeks. And yeah, we hope to get back to that once we have a break.
Is it good to sort of gauge yourself against the team that's essentially on top of the ladder and everyone seems to think they're the favourites going into the season?
Yeah, definitely. You always want to play against the best sides and judge yourself against them, and they were too good for us on Friday night. They came out after half time and beat us up around the ball and got it going forward, and we didn't have any answers, so it'll be great for us to have a look at that and learn a few things.
I mean, you've only had 4 losses, but 3 of those 4 losses are against the teams above you on the ladder, and one of the others is a finals team. Do you feel like, even though you've had those losses, that you guys are right in that contender mix?
Yeah, I think so. I don't think we've played badly against any of them. The Geelong game, we lost by a point if they're above us, but Doggies, we didn't really get the connection right. And then the game on the weekend, we showed that we can match it with them for a half with Melbourne and then just dropped away. So yeah, we know we can play good footy against those sides, but we haven't been able to beat them, so that's improvement for us going forward.
What was the takeaway from the weekend? Why at half time did it stop?
Yeah, we discussed it yesterday. There's probably no one reason. We couldn't win the ball for starters at centre bounce and at clearances, and they got some dominance in there, and then once they got it forward, they were able to make the most of their opportunities and kick their goals. So we probably didn't have the lead that we might have wanted to at half time with the way we played, and then we came out and yeah, they capitalised on the play they had a bit better than us and were able to get the win.
Are you seeing that year on year make those improvements? What did you sort of pinpoint at the start of the season that's led to again taking another step this season?
I just wanted to get a little bit more powerful probably around the ball and be able to leave contests a little bit quicker, so did a lot of work with Locke and Jared Lyons and one of our strength and conditioning coaches in that sort of work. So I think that's probably the main thing, and then naturally you just get stronger and a little bit fitter and feel a bit more comfortable out there as you play more games.
Right in that sort of Brownlow medal contention mix, what's the thing that you think separates you from where you are now and where you really, really want to be as one of those top elite players?
Probably consistency would be one, just a four-quarter efforts. Probably the last couple of weeks I've just dropped in and out of games a little bit, so that's one thing, and probably just tightening up my ball use in the forward half, being able to convert my shots and hit targets a little bit more often. I think that's improved this year again, but I can take it to another level for sure.
A lot of the analysis over the last 2 years was that your goal kicking probably cost you all Australian spots the last 2 years. Is that something you've been really working on?
Yeah, I've been working on it since day dot. I think, yeah, it's just being able to go back and compose yourself. You work pretty hard before you get shots, so you're often tired, so I've got to practice doing it under fatigue, and yeah, it's no excuse. I can definitely get better at that, so making sure I have a good routine with my set shots and just playing on instinct when I get the ones in general play and not thinking about it too much, really.
Going to be some thoughts for the next game. It's a big hole to plug, isn't it?
Definitely, he's been in awesome form the last 6, 7, 8 weeks. He's really lifted and been a big reason as to why we've been going so well. So it's disappointing to have him out for the North game, but it probably opens up the door and another opportunity for someone like Reece Matheson, who played really well in the VFL game on the weekend. So we've shown that we've got lots of guys that can come in and fill the roles.
Did Lewis speak to the group about the incident?
No, so he was actually away yesterday. But we spoke about it, and it's not something we accept as a playing group. Obviously, we were disappointed in what he did, and he's disappointed in himself. So, yeah, he probably had a bit of trouble with it early on, and then got really strong in that area for the last 6 or 7 weeks, and then slipped again against Melbourne. But I'm sure he'll learn, and we expect him not to do it again.
Has been really embraced by all the playing groups. I mean, this club as well. Keeping Fags away from slippery slides this year?
Yeah, I think so. Fags is a really big supporter of the cause, and as we saw that day, didn't go probably how he expected, but he always buys a beanie for all of us players, and then we chip in and throw our support around the cause, and it's really great to see. So, it's good to be able to wear the beanies out here at training.
We also saw Rayner again. Looks like he's back in normal training. Those steps are always great to be celebrated.
Yeah, definitely. He's just doing a few drills out there today, so he'd be sick of running laps by now. I think he'd be ready to get in and have a kick, which I think he's out there doing. It's great to see, and we can't wait to have him back out there.
So word on Froggy, I mean, he came off with that hammy again. I know the week's rest will do it good, but is there word on he may surface again?
Nah, I'm not too sure officially. Disappointing for him. It was the last 2 or 3 minutes, so he's out there jogging laps. Hopefully it's not too bad, but we'll just have to wait and see.
What was it like to have Lockie back? He was back earlier than everyone thought.
Yeah, he did an awesome job to get back as soon as he did, and it's awesome to have him out there. He's one of the best players in the comp. Last year he was the best, winning the Brownlow, and he brings a lot to our side with his clearance work and his clean hands. So he said himself yesterday that coming back is pretty difficult. You lose a little bit of touch when you have such a big break, but I thought he fit in pretty seamlessly, and he's only going to be better for the run.
Jokes going around and had to force his way back into a winning line.
I'm not sure if Fags would have chucked him in the VFL side. That wouldn't have gone down too well, but I think it's pretty obvious that he's straight in.
You talked about the work you did with him. Do you watch video of him specifically, or do you talk to him? How do you learn off a guy who is so elite around the stoppages, which is what you said you were trying to get better at?
Yeah, watch footage with him every now and then, and just being out there and playing with those guys, I think you learn a lot. You see where they run and you see what they do. Joe Lyons' stoppage work has been awesome as well, and he's one that really sets up the group around those areas, and I learn a lot from him as well. So mainly just watching, but you try and pick their brains as much as possible.
You make Jared Farley's a pretty good area. You think Jared Berry will be back after the bye?
Yeah, hopefully after the bye. He's out there training as well. Been a frustrating one for him. A bit of a slow process, but yeah, another big body to hopefully get back out there soon.